Over a little descriptive modeling today. So the independent quantity in descriptive modeling, the definition, just think of it as X, all right? So that's the independent quantity, X is independent, and the dependent quantity is Y, because Y is always dependent on X in an equation. You know, you need to plug in X to output Y. So Y is always dependent. So think about on an axis, Y is always the one that is dependent on X. So like think of an equation 3x plus 1, y equals 3x plus 1. So you need to plug in what the independent quantity x is to find y. How about this one? A square has a side of 8.75 feet. What is the area in square feet? Round to the significant digit. So rounding to the significant digit, what we're going to do is we're going to round to one less decimal spot than the numbers in the question. So the numbers in the question, there's 2 decimal spots right here, 8.75. So we're going to round our answer to 1 less than that. So we got area of a square, 8.75 times 8.75 right here. And that equals 76.5625. Well, we're rounding. Remember, they gave us 2 decimal spots, so we're going to round to just 1. So 76.5625. We don't worry about these 2 because we're only rounding to 1. So the 5 will either stay a 5 or move up to a 6. So 6 is more than 5, so we're going to round the 5 up 1 to 76.6 is the answer. Another significant digit question. During an alpine skiing event, times before skiers were listed below. Stopwatch was used was only accurate to the 10th of a second. So that's we're going to round to the 10th spot, or 1 decimal spot. Which time would be different from the others? So let's just round and see. So we got 118.36. So we're rounding to 1. 6 more than 5, which turns that 3 into a 4. 118.40. 0 obviously is less than 5, which means we're just going to keep that at a 4. 118.38. 8 is more than 5, which means we're going to round that 3 to a 4. And then 118.47. 7 is more than 5, right? So we're going to round that 4 to a 5. It's going to go up 1 because 7 is more. So D is the answer. D is different when rounded to the 10th. Which of the following best represents the average rate at which a person can quickly walk? So just go with the one that makes the most sense. 5 steps per hour. That seems like a very slow walking rate. 5 steps per second. That one seems like it could work, so we'll keep that one around. 50 steps per second. That seems impossible to move that fast. 50 steps per minute. That seems pretty accurate. So I think 50 steps per minute makes more sense than 5 steps per second. You'd have to be, that's more sprinting, not walking. So we're going to go with our answer. We're going to go with 50 steps per minute makes the most sense. Which of the following is the most appropriate unit to describe the rate at which people are entering a theme park? People per hour, because the independent quantity is hours. So remember, independent is X. If you want to just make a note of that. People coming in per hour. So people is actually people per hour. That means that the hours is the independent quantity. Hours per person, that doesn't make much sense. People per hour, because the independent quantity is the people. People is the dependent, because if you're met time, remember X is independent, and X is also always, if you're graphing over time, is always the time. So we're going to go with people per hour is what we're going to measure. Like, is there 1,000 people that come in per hour, 2,000, 10 people per hour, because the independent quantity is the hours. And then last one, which of the following is the most appropriate to describe the rate at which a person reads? Minutes per word, because the independent quantity is the minutes. And let's copy this again. Remember, x equals the independent variable, and it also equals time. So minutes per word, that doesn't make any sense. We're going to eliminate both minutes per word. Words per minute is the best way to measure the rate at which a person reads. You know, do they read 2 words per minute, 10 words per minute, 100 words? So 100 words per minute would be pretty fast. 1 word per minute would be pretty slow, because the independent quantity is the words per minute, because the independent quantity is the minutes. So the independent quantity, again, x, that's going to be the minutes. So that's the descriptive modeling quiz. Hope this video helped.